Hey, so I was having a conversation with some people at work, a few ladies, and we kind of got into a discussion about how where there's smoke there's fire. Like if a woman say a guy did something, more than likely he did. It's not, women just don't say that stuff for no reason, accusing like he did something to her, he cheated or he abused her, stuff like that, and then judging by how a man responds, how that proves his guilt. And I was trying to explain to these ladies, I said, yo, I think ladies a lot of time have a tendency to look at men like they are the same as women. And I mentioned that this is a fact, that you would be surprised how many men are divorced or separated or broken up from their girlfriends because they were cheated on, but they say it was because we don't get along no more, we just ain't kicking it, or she crazy. Because men don't have the same support system. When a guy is cheated on, the other guys don't come to him, oh, poor baby, you okay? F that B, she don't deserve you. That's what women get when they get cheated on, but men don't do that. Men, and again, this is not all men, but the majority. And when I've been saying this for years, for decades, men be like, yeah. Women are, but men kind of look at other men like, what you wasn't slinging it good. Why would she cheat on you? We kind of blame you for getting cheated on. It's weird. We just don't know how to support each other like that most of the time, okay? And I'm not saying this is good. I'm just saying kind of how men live in our ecosystem with each other and how we respond. So let me give you this example. This is a true story. When I was in elementary school, there was this girl called Piss Pot. And I was about to say her real name, but they called her Piss Pot in elementary school. I was, super religious and loving God and preaching the gospel in elementary school. So I was real nice to Piss Pot. And while the whole class would be teasing her, and she did smell like pee, that was a fact, I would be friendly to her. In front of everybody, I would go up to her and sit next to her, and nobody would want to sit. I would do it, stuff like that. I would raise my hand, I'll go sit next to her teacher and help her with her, stuff like that. And so because of that, she started telling everybody in the class that we was boyfriend and girlfriend. This is elementary school, I'm probably, 10, something like that. So she's telling everybody that we boyfriend and girlfriend. I didn't embarrass her in front of the class. If people would ask me, I would say, no, that's not true. And then I would get with Piss Pot after class and be walking her home, and I'd say, hey, can you stop telling people that, blah, 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 blah. And she said, okay, I'm sorry, and that was cool. And this is off the track, but I want to mention it. But Piss Pot grew up to be bad. So when we got to high school, she was popular. She was like one of those car stoppers. And so a crowd of guys would be surrounding her, and she'd push them all out the way and run to me, will you? Because she remember how I treated her in elementary school. So this is a side point, but I'm saying always be good to people. You never know, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, she would make me popular because dudes was like, what? Why she going all crazy over Will? Because I treated her nice when she was Piss Pot. So anyway, when I was 17 years old in church, saving myself for marriage, not having sex, not even kissing on girls. I was like, I'm gonna wait till I get married, you know what I'm saying? And so this girl was telling everybody that we was a couple and that we was having sex. And they was believing her. And I was like, and she was the pastor's daughter, as a matter of fact. And I'm like, no, and she, in my face in front, yes, we did, and you came over, and I was like, is this girl crazy? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So it's her word against mine. You know what I'm saying? And then what makes more sense? Who think about it. A guy in his 17 is popular and he ain't having no sex? Or a girl who's saying, yes, he did. Let me tell you how many people believe this girl. I never even been alone with her. I knew her, obviously she the pastor's daughter, but see what I'm saying? So I mean, it's her word against mine. I'm telling you, I think I might have hugged her once in church, you know what I'm saying? Never been alone with her, never talked to her on the phone, none of that. She telling people we having sex and we a couple. And they believed her. And it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I was 17 and ain't nobody gonna spank me or nothing, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't mess up my life, but it's the point that how it just makes sense how everybody believed her over me. And I'm telling you, to this day, and even I saved myself till I got married, okay? So anyway, then again on, I was in my 30s. And I'm working in a casino in Detroit. And this girl was pregnant, telling everybody that I was the father of her baby. I didn't even have a girl phone number. Never had sex with her, nothing. And people believed it. Matter of fact, at that time, I didn't even care. I would say, yup. I didn't even argue with the girl. And she was a pretty girl too. But I just was like, y'all just believe anything. At first it was just like, no, that's not true. Nobody believed me. They was like, yes, it is. I was like, okay, yep, forget it. I just said, forget it. That's my baby. And I would rub her belly if we was near each other. It was crazy. But the point is that, and women have a tendency to think, if somebody says it, it must be true. Why would these women just lie on these men? It's like, because y'all do sometimes. And then they're like, well, if it's smoke, it's fire. And then because a guy doesn't respond with such an uproar, or because we not used, it doesn't matter. If we do that, we just look more guilty. What difference does it make? What y'all gonna believe is what y'all gonna believe a lot of times. So I just want to say that. I just need women to understand that we men, for the most part, there are always exceptions to the rules, but for the most part, we live in a different ecosystem. We don't necessarily, it's not a badge of honor for us to get cheated on. It's embarrassing to us. Whereas women, your girl's kind of like, I knew that nigga wasn't no good and blah, blah, blah. Y'all, I done said the N-word. Now they might bleep out my video. I might have to see if I can cut that. But anyway, my point is that I just say, don't always believe everything is being said. And I'm not trying to say that victims should not be listened to. It's hard to tell by how a man responds, and it also is unwise to just believe what is being said. So I know it's a thin line. Sometimes you got to be careful, but I'm just, for women, because men understand this for the most part, but women just tend to think like men are like women. We are different. We have different ways of life. And y'all, really, if women was to wake up, you would know, because y'all know how y'all can be some cheaters just like guys. But the difference is that y'all holler when y'all cheated on. Men whimper in silence. So it seems like women are getting cheated on all the time, but y'all really just make the biggest uproar about it. Men don't, because we don't get the same comfort when we're cheated on. When we're accused, anything like that, we seem weak if we cry about those kind of things. So it makes it seem like it doesn't really happen to us, but man, come on. Just like men get harassed at work and other stuff like that, but we don't get the same comfort system that a woman would get. I've had supervisors be very inappropriate to me that I was not interested in. Now, if they fine, it's real. It's the same thing with women. You look, I done been the guy who done been inappropriate to some women. I done hit on them like, man, and staring at them real hard because they like me. It's never harassment. But if it's some other guy doing it that they don't think is cute, now he sexually harassing. I'm like, dang, I did way worse than him. See what I'm saying? It's these slippery slopes sometimes. I just think we need to be a little careful. We need to be a little open-minded. And this is stuff you learn with maturity. So let somebody who done been around for a little while, who gonna be open and honest with you, share some things. Where there's smoke, maybe there is fire. But maybe. See what I'm saying? Just maybe. So again, I'm not trying to say don't listen to nobody. I'm just trying to say be open that things may not be as they seem all the time. Don't rush to judgment. Let's try to listen to each other. and understand each other, and that's hurting a lot of relationships and there's so much that I see going on between men and women where this communication and this belief system about each other that we just don't, because we just believe about each other and we're told about each other instead of communicating openly with each other, I think. And there's a lot, man, I think I'm gonna write a book about this kind of stuff because there's a lot more even on my mind, but I'm getting all off. I think the main point I just wanted to talk to is about how, again, these young ladies were accusing men of if a woman say he did something, he just did, or if he didn't do exactly what she said, maybe she exaggerated, but he did something. It's, man, I'm trying to tell you, that's not always the case. Like I said, y'all be surprised how many guys around y'all is divorced or single because they got cheated on, but they to this day they'll never admit it. I haven't said this to guys. They'll be like, "Yeah, me too, Will. Me, I mean, you would not." Because they don't get props for that. They're embarrassed by it. It's a difference. So anyway, I'm just saying, let's let that go. Y'all have a great day. I know I haven't done a video in a long time. This is supposed to be the Us Crazy Christians channel, but I don't even know if it's got anything to do with Christianity. It's just something I wanted to talk about. All right, y'all have a great day.